We are back with another Junk Mail Tuesday, and we have back with us Twitch's very own Pink Radiohead.
Hey.
It's like an ongoing joke that you don't stream as much, but I keep forgetting that that's an ongoing joke. I'm being serious when I say it. I'm just like, oh yeah, she doesn't stream as much at the moment, but still, she's still
Yeah.
Twitch's very own, and she's also Junk Mail Tuesday's very own. So there's that. Um,
Maybe somebody will convince me to do a schedule now and start streaming consistently. Maybe.
Maybe we'll see. I'll try, guys. I will try. I will try my hardest to get her back streaming. And I am Anthony Streams. I am also Twitch's very own, and YouTube's, but I love Twitch. So Twitch, I love you. But we're back with more questions. Look, that's how you start the beef right there. Like, which one of y'all want to pay me more money, and I'm willing to negotiate. But right now it's Twitch. So, before we get started, Pink Radiohead, how was your weekend?
Good. I did not expect that question.
You got to stay on your toes.
um yeah, it's just, small talk is hard. It was a good weekend.
Good weekend. Nice, nice. Same with me. I NFL season started and I got fantasy football going on. And this is exciting. Probably not for our viewers unless you also like football. It's always weird when it comes to like gaming and sports because like a lot of the times it feels like they don't combine, but maybe we got people in here who are into NFL. But I started my fantasy team in my league, and I'm playing with all my friends. We drafted all our players, and the only reason this is super exciting is because I get destroyed every single year. And last year, all my players got injured. Two of the players that were supposed to be really good just decided they were just gonna like shit the bed. So like they were just trash, and they were like two of my best picks. And I won one game last year, came dead last. But this year, it's starting out good. I beat my friend Drake. I beat him 145 to 85. So to everybody in my league, get ready because the laugh of me being terrible in fantasy football, it's over with. I'm coming and I'm coming with a vengeance. So I just had to get that out at the top of this because I'm pretty
Yes.
excited. Yes, there we go. And see, Pink Radiohead's with me on this. She understands everything I'm talking about right now.
Yeah.
Um, also, one more thing before we get into our questions. We got some really good questions, but it's not a Junk Mail Tuesday question, but it's a question about Junk Mail Tuesday. So I wanted to say this real quick at the top of the show too. I got a couple texts, and this has been happening probably about the last 2 weeks. We've really kind of put up a lot of clips on YouTube. I've been trying really, really hard to stay up super late and just get a bunch of clips for YouTube and things like that. And I've got a couple text messages, which is weird. Y'all, if y'all are gonna text me, can you just put it in the comments? That would help the show a lot. But I got a few texts that were about Pink Radiohead. I got a couple of them that were talking about how hilarious she was, but one that stuck out to me was somebody asked me how the show got started with Pink Radiohead because she was here on the very first episode. And I did want to say that this show was originally written out for somebody completely different. And that person, I never got to ask to do it because their schedule got really insane. Like, it was somebody that I was talking to every day in my personal life. So it was like, without even bringing it up, I knew that their schedule was insane from what they had been telling me about what's been going on with them. So I just couldn't find myself to ask. Then I got to asking a bunch of people because I only wanted one person for my first episode. That's all I wanted, was just somebody to jump in on the first episode of Junk Mail Tuesday. Just so it's kind of like this is exciting. I got something going on. Just want to share this moment with somebody. I got turned down by everybody, and one person just completely never hit me back. It was just, they were like, yeah, I'm down, that sounds exciting, and then just ghosted me. So on the day of recording, I'm sitting in the car. This is early in the morning. It's like 8:30, probably about 8:30 in the morning. I'm sitting in the car getting ready for work, and I was like, okay, I'll just do the show solo. It's not a big deal. I could run it solo. It is what it is. Because I
To
only
myself all the time. Why wouldn't I?
yeah, exactly, right? This was my life. Um, but I ended up I was like, yeah, I'll just do it solo. It was I only needed somebody for this one episode anyway, so it's not like it's a big deal. I'll just do it by myself. It'll be fine. Out of nowhere, I don't know what it was. I was like, I wonder if Pink Radiohead would want to do it. And it literally came out of nowhere. I sent the message to her, and I literally went into work. And I was just like, I don't know. I mean, if she's down, she's down. If she's not, she's not. Either way, it's gonna get recorded either way. This was last minute, as in like, well, we didn't record till night, but it was last minute, as in Monday morning. I shoot the message out, and she's down, and didn't expect the yes, so I was like, oh snap! Like I gotta get ready for this, and I say all that to say that I am very appreciative for Pink Radiohead and for doing this. She didn't have to do this. Like this was just unexpected. I didn't even think it would keep going after the first episode. Because everybody's got lives, everybody's got things to do, their schedules, people get busy and things like that. And the fact that she wants to keep coming, you know, I never told you that that you did me a solid. Like it was just kind of like, because I wanted you to do it for fun. I didn't want a favor. I just wanted somebody to come on who would have fun doing this. But you know, you really did me a solid, because for those who don't know, recording by yourself, like I could record on myself on Twitch because there's a chat, but sitting in front of a camera in a room by yourself, talking to yourself, no chat, no nothing, it's hard. And I've done it before, and at times I've done good. Other times I look at some of my videos, I'm like, oh god, that's so cringe. But
I get that. Yeah.
I'm glad that you continue to do this with me, and you know that this spot is permanent with you for whatever days you want them, because we don't really have contracts. Nobody's getting paid here. Like you keep showing up for free. It's ridiculous. I don't know what's wrong with her, but we are very, very appreciative to have you
Talk
here.
about it later.
Damn it. I should have said anything. All right, let's jump to the questions. Sorry, because this might be the last episode. Let's get to it. All right. Right. All right. So this question here is actually going to be a story time. So this should be pretty fun. I think y'all will enjoy this. C Tom wants to ask me, can you tell the story of J-Dub's big game at the church? And can you tell the story of your big game at SFA? So, all right, what I'll do, I'll tell the story about J-Dub at the church. If I have enough time, I'll tell the story about my basketball game at Stephen F. Austin College at the end of the podcast. Or if I get through this story quick enough, we'll get through it. We'll see. We'll see time-wise what we got. These are both pretty good. All right, so the game at J-Dub at the church. I am not like an athletic dude at all. Like this is what I do. I play games. All right. But we ended up, I would like, if we went to go like shoot around at a park or something, I would kind of just show up and hoop with them or whatever. But I never took it too seriously. You're not going to see me running up and down the court. I'm not doing all that. All right. But we get there and they're going to the church. So J-Dub asked me, do you want to ride with me there? And I do my usual question, who all is going to be there? Because that's an important question to ask before you hop in any car. And he tells me,
very important.
Yes, Trey 409, who writes questions in, one of my closest friends. We call him Soup, so sometimes it's hard. He goes by Trey 409 in here, but I'm so used to calling him Soup. He told me Soup was going to be there. I was like, that's good for me. I get in the car with J-Dub. I tell him to stop by Subway because I know I'm not going to be doing any hooping. So I'm going to be texting the girl I was with at the time, and I'm going to be eating Subway, and I'm just going to relax. Now, this was like 2000 and probably 12? I think like 2012.
Ooh, you're giving out your age.
I know. Yeah. Damn it. This was like 3 years ago. No. We
2012, 3 years ago.
Yes. We stop by Subway, get our sandwiches, we get to the church. I think it was a Catholic church. I'm not a church guy. I think it was Catholic though, I believe. And how they had a basketball court on the inside of it, I don't know. But
inside of it?
Yes. Well,
okay.
I probably do know how they got a court on the inside of it, but I won't start about
Mm,
church and what they're doing with y'all's money. But we get in and I'm sitting down and I'm eating or whatever. I'm just letting them play. Now I notice J-Dub is on one team with Soup, and Red is on another team with another guy. I'll be careful with the names. Some of these people I'm not that cool with. With another guy, and then I think there were teams of threes. I don't even remember who was on. I think C-Tom, my brother, was on one team. I don't know, but the focus is J-Dub and Red. Now going back to high school, they're both very competitive, so they take every little thing about basketball serious. I didn't think they would still be doing this after high school, but they did. So they're going back and forth over and over again, cussing each other out, all that. And in my mind, I'm thinking, we're in a church right now, and they're just cussing each other out. But whatever, I got my sandwich, and I'm just doing my texting or whatever. Out of nowhere, all I hear is "bitch," and I turn around and look, and J-Dub's got like his wrist like in a shooting motion, but he's like jogging backwards. So I'm like, he just called Red a bitch. I guess he shot the ball and like had scored it at the 3-point line in his face. Red was guarding him. He tried to block it. He hit the shot. All I hear is bitch. So I look up and just everybody on the court's laughing. But the dude that's on Red's team isn't laughing. And in fact, he's mad. So like, I'm kind of wanting to laugh, but I'm just like, all right, I got to be careful because somebody's going to hit J-Dub and then I'm going to have to jump in. This whole thing's going to get crazy in the middle of a Catholic church. So I'm just like, I'm eating my sandwich, but still just kind of like looking up and seeing what's going on. And y'all got to see this from like my point of view. I'm sitting here. I see the wrist bent from the shot, walking backwards. I see Red in front of him, pissed. I see the other dude just like going off, mad.
Uh-oh.
And then
Uh-oh.
I look and see Soup doing the most. If y'all, Soup's laugh is like super contagious. He's doing the entire like bending over, like just dying laughing. He comes and sits next to me in the chair, and he's just like dying laughing. And he's telling me what's going. All I heard was the bitch, so I didn't know exactly what had happened. But I'm sitting here, he's laughing so hard. They're doing 3-on-2 now because he can't get up and get back in the game. And the whole time I'm just like, oh god, this is gonna get really bad because I know both of them. I almost fought Red one time over like playing a basketball game on the PlayStation. Like, so I know this is gonna get bad. So I'm sitting here just waiting to see how this goes. And luckily everything finally kind of just chilled out. But after it was over, J-Dub kind of just never stopped. He doesn't really know when to quit. So like we're standing there, we're all getting ready. I'm making jokes at Red, kind of like, man, y'all gotta relax when y'all are in here and all that. What y'all doing cussing in the church and all that? Just kind of like cracking jokes and stuff. And J-Dub walks up to him and kind of just taps him on the back and said, "You almost blocked that shot. You know, you almost had it." Like that. I'm just, oh my god. Yes, I'm just like,
I don't know why. That's what I'm expecting now.
yes, can we get out? But that moment of like him shooting the ball and walking backwards with his wrist and just screaming bitch in the middle of a Catholic church while the priest's son is sitting in there. It's just like, I don't know. It could be a moment where you had to be there, but to this day we always tell him, why did y'all take that shit so seriously? It's so insane. But yeah, that was J-Dub's big game at the church. He also ended up winning that game.
What, did they fight though?
No. Luckily, it never got to that. But I just knew for a fact we were going to get there. I was like, God, we're going to have to throw hands in the middle of a church.
You guys should have. You guys should
had
have.
a whole Royal Rumble in there? I know, I was
Just
waiting.
let it out. Just let it out.
Yes, I was waiting for it. I can do the SFA story really quickly because this one's really short. J-Dub ended up going to Stephen F. Austin College. I knew I wasn't going to go to college. So he was like, why don't you come down and just see what college life is like? Because I know you don't want to go. I didn't look, y'all. I am the living example of somebody who paid no attention to high school. I had no aspirations of going to college. I don't condone that. If you've got what it takes to go to college, you should go to college. Find out what you want to do. I just knew I'm going to be wasting my money. I barely made it out of high school. I didn't do none of my homework. Like I was terrible. Like probably why I suck so bad at education now. But I was like, yeah, I'll come stay the weekend at SFA with you, just see what college is like, see how you're living. We get up there. Now, mind you, this is like probably 2012. J-Dub's still hooping. He was like, I was gonna go down to the gym and shoot some hoops. You want to go? So when he asked, I'm thinking he's thinking me and him are going to just shoot around, just like, mess around, throw some shots up. I am way like too out of shape to be running up and down courts. So we get there, we're just shooting around, just talking, catching up. He was like, hey, there's some people over there running some games. Let's go over there and see. And I was like, I can't stand here by myself. Now I have to go over there. They're running full court, back and forth, 2 goals. And I'm like, oh God, I'm not in shape for this. But I get in there and I'm kind of just trying to stay guarded. Like I'm not really trying to get open because I don't want anybody to pass me the ball.
Yeah.
So we get to one play and the dude on their team shoots the ball, but he misses. Our guy, we had a big, tall white guy, grabs the rebound. And I'm just kind of like slowly jogging while everybody else is running up the court because I'm just like, oh yeah, he's going to throw it to one of them. They're going to go score. All that fine. Fast break. He still passes it to me. So now I have the ball and I'm like bouncing and running with it. And I slip and fall. Like I trip and fall right on my face. The ball goes rolling out of it. It was so embarrassing. The ball goes rolling out of bounds. I'm grabbing my leg. Like I'm not even injured, but I'm like grabbing my leg because I'm just like, damn, all right, just act like something like something happened to your leg. So I'm grabbing my leg. Mind you, at this point I have 0 points. And the only time that I touched the ball, I was running up the court and tripped and fell. The rest of the game, never passed me the ball, which was nice. But at this point, I'm already embarrassed. I'm just like, damn, now I'd rather have the ball and try to score something before.
I know, right?
At this point.
Try to prove myself a little bit.
Oh, God. Yeah, terrible times. Long story short, I'm terrible with basketball, so I stay away from it unless it's on TV. Let the pros handle it. But thank you for that, Seat. Those were...
I tried to do hoops at some point, but there's a thing that I cannot the ball through the basket.
Oh,
if
yeah.
If I do the normal stance. But if I cross my legs and I stand like this, I'm able to.
Oh, nice. You got your own jump shot.
Yeah.
Whatever works, whatever gets the points.
That's all I can do.
All right. Flint's asks, I may need your help with this because I'm not sure if I understand it.
Oh.
Flint's is back to pizza questions.
Oh.
If between Chicago and New York City, there was a sliding scale of pizza debt, which city would be home of your ideal pizza?
Definitely not the Chicago one. I think you mean the deep dish pizza, like the very thick one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I have never been to New York, but I have heard that is a very, very good pizza. I have been to many places that say that they have New York style, so I would say New York in this case.
I've never been to New York or Chicago.
Oh, okay. I've been to Chicago, but not to New York.
Have you had their pizza in Chicago?
Yeah, I did.
Overrated?
And I had I say yes.
I
feel like I'm gonna get murdered. I don't know, but if you have anyone from Chicago, I think I'm gonna get murdered.
I personally don't know anybody from Chicago, but I don't know if they're the people you want to play with.
Yeah, I've heard. I've heard. But I'm not playing with you. I'm just saying,
yeah, Chicago, we love you.
Yeah, we love you.
We love you. I'm gonna go New York style. I know people from New York, and I mean it would be biased, but I don't know anybody from Chicago. And people from New York say their pizza's amazing. So you know what? I'll believe y'all. I don't have anybody from Chicago to tell me otherwise. So, and you're the only person who's been to Chicago, and you're saying New York. So I'm gonna ride with you on that.
Imagine that I just didn't find it that amazing. Everybody's like, oh my God, you gotta have it, you gotta have it, you gotta have it. I'm like, okay. And then I went to have it where they told me to have it too. And I'm like,
what's the big deal? Oh, well, Chicago, step your pizza game up. Let's jump to Jordan, who wants to know, who were some of your childhood video game character crushes?
Oh, duh. Who do you think?
Mine go back to Lara Croft and Chun-Li.
Well, mine was 100%. There you go.
I kept thinking, I was like, wait, how am I supposed to know I kept thinking like Overwatch
I
wasn't
mean,
out.
no,
I kept trying to think like
no,
what? Yeah,
no,
Link,
100% Link and Leon too from Resident Evil
Resident
later
Evil.
on. But I was already a teenager when that Resident Evil 4 came out, and I was just like, and now I don't even like blondes anymore.
Leon's got like a reputation of about him for being a little goofy too. Um,
Mm.
I've never played Resident Evil. Well, I played Leon in Resident Evil 2. I liked him okay. Seems like a pretty cool dude. Yeah,
Yeah, but Link.
Chun Li was big for me. Chun Li and Lara Croft were huge for me when I was in my childhood. I'm trying to remember Rose from Legend of Dragoon. Wait, why are you laughing? What happened?
Just thinking of how dumb with Ocarina of Time, right? Like
Uh-huh.
Link is a kid first, and then he's an adult,
Mhm.
and then he's like, I think he's 9 or 10 when he's a kid, and then he's like 17. And I remember like that jump from Link being a kid to being a teenager or like being an adult. I was always like,
Oh man, that's I mean
see, and then it's a freaking pixel, and I'm like,
it is so weird that if you look at it from back then, like even if I'm thinking about like Chun-Li when I first seen her in the old Street Fighter, it was just such a different, it was almost like noses and stuff were just like a little rectangle or something. Like it's just
yeah, exactly. We're sure.
yeah. I also had a huge crush on Ivy from Soul Calibur, which now that I'm thinking about, I'm just like, I'm surprised my mom let me get away with playing that game. Especially
Oh,
playing with
Calibur,
Ivy.
yeah.
Yeah, I was playing with
Yeah.
Ivy all the time
Ivy,
on there.
Ivy is boobs out, butt out,
Yeah.
everything out.
I couldn't believe I didn't get in trouble for that.
Where's that the other one? The other one that was a ninja. What's her name?
With the
Oh my
red,
God.
the all red
Yeah.
onesie type jumpsuit thing. Yeah,
Taki?
yeah. Yes,
Taki?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was hot too. There was her. Man, there was a lot of them. This wasn't one of them, but do you remember Baldo?
Oh my God. Of course I remember.
I was
He
terrified.
traumatized me.
Yeah.
Traumatizing.
Me too. I was terrified of Baldo. Okay, yeah, that's some of them. I won't give y'all all my crushes, mostly because my memory is bad, but I remember them. I forgot about Taki till you said that, but yeah, she was one of them too.
Yeah.
All right, our next one is from P. Stevie. I planned on watching all the Fast and the Furious movies, but had enough after Tokyo Drift. How many Final Fantasy? Oh, damn, I'm stupid. All right, hold on, let me run this back. I planned on watching all the Fast and the Furious movies, but had enough after Tokyo Drift. How many Fast and the Furious movies have you watched? And what film series do you think needs to stop already? Well, that's one of them.
I'm furious.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's one of them.
That's the first one to go away, okay?
Yes.
And I have watched one movie.
You've only seen the first one?
One or two, probably. And because everybody else was watching them and then getting out of the movie theater and then trying to drift with their cars and being stupid and having accidents. And I just hate those movies. Hate them so much.
I got all the way up to the first one that The Rock was in. Whatever one that was. I didn't like Tokyo. I should have stopped after Tokyo Drift because I didn't like Tokyo Drift. But I was like, all right, that felt like one of their side movies. I don't know if that counted as part of the main series or whatever, but I don't know. I saw it and I was just like, maybe that was just an off one. I'll try whatever. And I got up to whatever
one. They've always been off.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're 1,000% right. You're 1,000% right. I got up to whatever one was the first one The Rock was in, and I said, "Why am I doing this? This is." And I love The Rock. Like as a wrestler, I love The Rock, and I was just like, "This sucks. I hate this." Like
honestly, The Rock is cool. I think he's cool, and I didn't know he could sing that well. And then I found out that he did that character in Moana, I believe. Yeah, he's so good.
Yeah. I like The Rock, but Fast and the Furious, no.
No,
It's just like it's time to stop. What other series? Transformers. I hate Transformers. I've never been into Transformers. What else should stop? Should they stop with the because I just seen this that the new Nun is out. Should they stop with that whole Conjuring thing they have going on? They've been doing the Conjurings and the Nuns.
I didn't see The Nun, but I do like those movies. But because I like horror stuff,
Mhm.
although I think some of them are probably really bad. And I think they definitely like the representation of things is extremely like exaggerated.
Mhm.
But I'm a big fan of paranormal stuff. So, and it has to be paranormal stuff like that type. Like, I don't like horror as far as like super gory and stuff like that. So, I mean, I think they can stop doing bad movies and
Yeah.
actually do them well.
I can't. I'm too scared to watch them. I don't do horror at all. I'm terrified. I watched the
I
first
mean,
Conjuring in the movie theaters, and I never like I didn't go to sleep that night.
yeah, no, I get you. Like, listen, I've been through a lot with that stuff. And I think one of the first movies that I saw that scared me to death was The Sixth Sense.
Oh
And
yes.
I don't like talking about it or mentioning this like publicly, but I used to be really afraid on the house where I lived. Not gonna give more details because I don't like
Yeah,
giving
for sure,
energy
for
to
sure,
that.
for sure.
But yeah, it was that movie was so good.
Mhm.
And on top of that, I couldn't sleep after it, but I think the one that really killed me was when I saw The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Can't watch it.
Oh my goodness, I could not sleep for months. It was terrible, terrible. So I do watch paranormal stuff still. However, I space it out
Mhm.
so I can still sleep, and I also have a nightlight.
No, I thought just to get you. I completely get it. When the Nun first came out, this was before it came out. It was just being advertised, the very first Nun. And my brother showed me a picture of what the nun looked like on the movie. And he left and went home. And I was sitting there and just off the picture, I was like, I, I need somebody to come stay with me. So I called J Dub. I never told him why. It was like it had to been almost midnight. And I was like, hey, what are you doing? And he was like, nothing, just in here chilling. What's up? I was like, hey man, you want to come down here and just kick it? Like, you can just stay the night here if you want. He was like, yeah, I'll ride up there at midnight. He drove over there and was just kicking it. And we just talked for a little bit. And I was like, all right, I feel better now that somebody else is in the house. But J Dub, that's why you got invited that night. I don't do the
Man,
horror.
you're better than me. That you call someone to come over. I literally just like just live through it. I just go
No,
through it.
I can't do all that. I can't do it. I don't remember if I've told this story so many times on stream. I don't know if I've told it to you or on this show about blacking out in the movie theaters. Okay, this is super quick story because I've told the story way too many times on Twitch. But my brother took me to see Green Inferno. It was him, his girlfriend at the time, and me. And he was like, my girlfriend can't watch Green. And he knows I hate horror movies, but he'll do something like he'll be like a jackass from time to time and do something like that. He was like, she's gonna go watch this cartoon movie that I was thinking like I kind of just want to go with her and watch that. But you can't go, you know what I mean? It just looks weird. I was just like, I can't go sit in the movie theater with his girlfriend. I don't know. I don't even feel like getting in any kind of weird situation. So I go watch this Green Inferno film. For anybody who's never seen it, it's about a cannibalism tribe on an island, and they do cannibalism things. I won't get deep into this for anybody who's weak to that stuff like me. It's extremely gory, and they had this guy that they were chopping up while he was alive, like just little by little with this huge axe, just cutting at his feet and then going up. And they did some really disgusting things, and I passed out in the middle of the theater, just
I
completely.
mean, I don't blame you to be honest.
Oh, it got only worse from there. Like just very
That's
very disturbing stuff. Yeah,
that's what I don't understand. Like, I have you seen Hereditary? You probably haven't.
I haven't. I know what it is, but that's exactly why I don't mess with it.
Like I think it was a good movie. It was well made in the sense of like it was scary, it had jump scares, but also like I think to me it's just like the gore and just watching it and like seeing like and imagining chopping things, cutting things, and all that
Yeah.
stuff. Like, oh, I know which series needs to stop. Saw series. That
Oh
needs to stop
yes. Oh
already.
god,
Stop that.
yes.
It's
Yeah.
cringy.
Yeah.
Stop. And thank you. The gore reminded me of that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that needs to stop.
Doesn't
Yeah.
it feel like that's where it started from? I mean, maybe I'm
Gore?
wrong. Like, no,
Gore?
not just gore, just in general, but just like the
No.
excessive. No, was it before that? The
Oh my
first
god, no.
I
No, no,
used to
no.
watch. I used to.
No, 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 no. Maybe they commercialized it, but
Uh huh.
trust me, like there's an entire occult following of gore movies from way back when.
I didn't know that. See, I used to
Yeah.
watch. I used to love Scream when I was a kid. I used to love Scream, and I Know What You Did Last Summer, and I would watch those like all the
Those were
time.
funny.
Yeah, like I liked them. I was like, oh, this nice little jump scares every once in a while. Even though I hate jump scares too. Like the older I got, I hate jump scares now. But it was something I could sit through. My sister took me to see Saw for my birthday when it first came out, and from that day forward, I've never been the same. Like I've never ever been the same since that day. And I hate horror. I hate gore. Like I just want everybody's blood to stay in their body where it's supposed to
I
be.
believe that one even had like a very good actor. I think the first one was
Mhm.
decent in a sense of like the way that it was made. It was very psychological, which also psychological, it can be very rough for someone with anxiety. And like that's something that people don't understand that
Mhm.
sometimes for starting movies, I have to be in the right mindset to watch it.
Yes, exactly.
Um, but yeah, Saw is like that was okay, but then when they continue on, I just find them cringy. It's like
Mhm.
I find it like the more I grow, the cringier I find it that people enjoy watching people suffering.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's different for me when I watch paranormal stuff because it's more like, oh, there's a ghost in the house and they're
Mhm.
actually trying to figure out what's happening. And yeah, of course, there bad things happen, but it's not the same as just watching people just hacking off their feet, you know?
Yeah. No, it is a big difference. I have a really hard time, especially with women and children. It's everybody, but especially women and children, seeing them scream and yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it. Too much, too
Mm,
much.
I get it.
Um oh man, there was I guess what about this one for a series I should in Final Destination? Have you ever gotten into those? And maybe
Also,
maybe a game
eliminate
too.
them.
Done? Okay.
Eliminate
Get them
them.
out of here. All right.
Yeah.
There we go. There's a good list for you. We got into some horror there. But we got a couple series you can get rid of. And
Yep.
please stop watching the
Sorry.
Fast and the Furious movies.
Oh my
No.
God, for real. What a waste of space
And time. Trey
and money
409. Yeah, that too. Trey
and
409.
cars.
And the Rock's time. Trey 409 said, I've been a PlayStation console player for most of my life, but I've been wanting to get something handheld for when I travel and get bored at work. As somebody who didn't know anything about handheld options, what should I look into?
It all depends on what you want to play.
Hmm. I think.
Because the only handheld thing that I have is a Switch, but I
Mhm.
know there's other options that you can take with you. So go ahead.
And
Sorry.
the Steam Deck seems kind of cool for if you mostly play PlayStation games, a Steam Deck would kind of have games more similar than a Switch would have. If you're not into anything Nintendo's put out over the years, then I don't think a Switch would be good for you. But if you want to try something new, I mean that'd be a good time to try something new. Like get a Switch and try new games because they have great games on the Switch. Like Pink said, it's going to come down to what you wanted, what you're into. But like, I don't know, it'd be kind of interesting to get a Switch and try something new. If all you played was games on your PlayStation, Switch would give you a whole new look of games that you're not going to get on your PlayStation. Um, there's also,
Mhm.
I think
And
PlayStation's putting
also
something
your
out.
phone.
Yeah, your
I
phone.
believe your phone is already something that you can use to play on.
Hmm.
I don't know. PlayStation probably does too, but like I know that Xbox has like the mobile compatibility that you can even like just connect your controller with Bluetooth to your mobile and have your account there and play your games on your
Yeah,
phone.
they do the
Uh,
backbone situation. I think is what it's called. That you can. It's like two controllers. I think that go on the. I don't know how it works. Something to do with your phone, and you put it in there, and it's like your phone becomes a handheld console. And PlayStation's putting something new out too. You should look into. I know this isn't helping that I don't remember what it's called, but You could probably just Google PlayStation handheld right now, and
I
it's like
I
the
was
hot
gonna
thing.
say it, but I didn't want to be that person again.
What? Wait, say what?
The one
Google
that
it?
just Google it.
Somebody told me we got to get shirts that say Google it for
Mm,
merchandise.
listen, listen. You know how many times I've been at work and then people ask me something and I'm like, I didn't know before you asked me, but I just Googled
There you go. Just
it.
Google it. It'll be there, I promise. But there you go. We're saying Switch or Steam Deck. Steam Deck would probably go with what you want now or what you're doing now. But if you want something a little different, go with a Switch. They got really fun things to do on a Switch. Thank you for that. Where are we? All right, this one's from Dakota, and she has 2 questions for Pink.
Oh.
A couple of weeks ago, Pink said she went to Seattle to visit. I was just wondering, do you game during your flights? And if so, what games do you play? So that's the first question if you want to answer that part.
Did I game during my flight? Actually, I did not. I did a detox of gaming in that weekend.
Mm.
I thought of bringing my Switch and continue playing Tears of the Kingdom, but instead I watched the Mario movie on the
Oh,
plane.
what did you think of that?
It was fun.
That's
It was
what I thought. Yeah.
entertaining.
Yeah.
I laughed a lot. Yeah.
I love the star.
Yeah. The star is amazing. The star, I was like,
Uh-huh.
oh my God, it's me. It's me. I'm there.
Yeah, the star was great. Do you typically like when you travel? Do you typically game when traveling? Any other time?
I take my Switch, but sometimes I get so tired that I don't game at all, and I'm just like this in the plane, depending of the
Yeah.
flight. If it's so long, like I don't know if I don't know how to explain it, but sometimes when I'm really tired, it's just very hard. But yeah, last time that I traveled, for example, with my parents, I brought my Switch and my mom took it away because she saw that I had Sonic on it. Because of like the Nintendo Online thing, and then
Mhm.
you can play the old Sega games as well. And my mom took it away from me, and she was playing that the entire time.
Oh,
So
she wanted it.
yeah,
Okay. I was like, wait, what's wrong
yeah,
with Sonic? It's like
nothing, nothing. No, she took it
okay.
away. She took it away, and she played it the entire time. And then I played actually. There was one game that I played on a trip. It was my friend gave me the Zelda game to play. That it was a remake. I don't know why I cannot remember the name right now. Shame on me. Uh, it was. I'll remember later. You can tell me the second question.
Okay, the second one, while you look for that, also, did you get any coffee in Seattle? Because I hear the coffee in Seattle is top tier. Love the show.
Yeah. So I did not get a lot of coffee. Um. I did. I mean, I know that in the past when I visited Seattle back in 2018, I did. But this time around, I actually stopped by with some friends at a coffee shop that didn't have actual bartenders. They were robots, and they made
Oh,
my drink. A
I
robot made my drink, and it says your name, and it makes your drink. Like you just go to the machine, and then you request what you want, and then you see your name on the bar. It says Lilia on the bar, and then I went to it and I saw how I was making it and doing even like latte art on it. The coffee wasn't that great. Probably because it was made by a robot. But
yeah, well, yeah.
or maybe no, I think the coffee that they used was very mild, so I didn't find it that amazing.
Mhm.
But what's it called? Yeah, that was interesting. It was a coffee experience.
Yeah.
However, still prefer a real
Yeah.
person doing it for me. However, props to the people that programmed that robot because that was awesome to watch.
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounded like it was cool. I had a friend who lives in Houston who was just telling me at the restaurant he went to, it was robots doing the waiting and stuff like that. And I was like, wow, I didn't realize we were that close. Like
Oh,
that's happening.
mm,
Thank you for that, Dakota. C
yeah.
Tom wants to know: would you rather have a third nipple or an extra toe?
I think a third nipple because you can get it removed.
Dang.
I mean, you can get an extra toe removed as well, but the third nipple, yeah, nipple, the third nipple would be easier to remove. I actually knew someone who had a third nipple, and I I feel
Uh-oh.
bad because I didn't know what it was.
Oh
Uh,
no.
we were kids, right? And we're at the pool. And it's that time where everybody's changing still.
Yeah.
And one of my friends, she had her bathing suit. It was a two-piece, and I don't even remember her name, thankfully. But she looked normal, but then she had something here, and I'm
Right.
like,
Oh, you
what?
asked? Oh god.
I asked, what is that? And she's like, oh, I have a third nipple.
Did she sound
Oh,
like she was upset that you asked, or she was just real cool about it?
I don't know, man. Like I've always been so direct, and then I learned that it wasn't okay, so I stopped being that direct. But I don't know that she got mad, but it was more like, oh, okay, because I didn't make fun of her.
Yeah, of
I'm
course,
just
of course. Yeah.
remembering now. I'm like, oh wow, that can happen. So later on, when I watched shows where people said they had a third nipple, and it was never a surprise to me because since I was 10, I knew that people could actually have a third nipple. And the thing is, like, it was way smaller than probably her other nipples were. I
Mhm.
don't know. I didn't see her nipples, but that one, I saw the one.
I can't believe you asked. This is the best story ever.
Yeah, actually, I'm glad that you mentioned that because I remember that story.
Yeah,
And I do
wow.
remember her name, but I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah, please don't put her out there like
No, 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 no,
that.
no.
um, I'm probably gonna say an extra toe.
Why, you have something against nipples?
No,
What's
I
wrong with
didn't.
nipples?
Wait! You just throw that on me. I didn't say that. Damn it, Pink. I'm gonna say after I said I don't after I just said I don't have anything against the nipples, I can hide the toe better. Well, I guess it's not true. You wear clothes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Third nipple is just gonna come with too many questions. I feel
Like what?
like you're around the person you're with, and like it gets time, and you take your shirt off, and they're just like, it's gonna be like it's just like, oh shit, okay, now we're here. It's not gonna be avoidable. It's here. Like this is now I have to explain why I have a third nipple.
But the toe is not. People already get freaked out about feet. There's
Mhm.
either the weirdos that love feet, the ones that hate feet, and the people that are whatever feet.
Yeah, yeah.
So, you know,
Then you got the third,
I
the
mean, I
extra
guess you
toe.
could make money out of that extra toe. Maybe there's somebody out there who has that
Yeah,
fetish.
that's definitely a thing somewhere out
But
there.
I am sure that there's somebody out there also, like looking for a third
Third
nipple.
Yep, yep. That OnlyFans page exists somewhere. Um, I guess either way, I'll ride with you. I'll ride with you on a third nipple. Then I mean, either way, it's just
Oh, I convinced you? Wow.
yeah. It would just. I guess it doesn't
Also,
matter.
like
You just
a
kind of
toe, an extra toe has a bone too. So if you want to have 5 toes, you have to remove a toe with a bone in it too.
oh
A nipple is just, you know,
yeah. Just get it done
they
and over
probably can
with.
just like go like with fire and that's
Yeah.
it. Just burn it away.
Yeah, and then like an extra toe is probably gonna affect your shoe that you wear on one foot, and like yeah, it's gonna come with a lot.
Mhm.
All right,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll go extra nipple. I am Haven says, do y'all have any funny or disastrous date stories?
Man, I don't date.
I I don't know. Do you have one or just not?
I'm thinking probably, but it's just like I'm such a weird person that I probably didn't even
Didn't
notice,
even
or I
notice it
just
was
like
weird.
I
Yeah.
didn't even notice it was a date.
Yeah, that happens. That happens.
So I'll say that. I guess that probably the times that I haven't noticed that I was probably on a date without knowing,
It just went completely
and then I
over
was
our
like,
heads. Yeah.
"What is happening?"
You find out at the end of the date. He didn't know until he was like, "So, can we go on another date tomorrow?"
I'm like, "What?"
uh, I don't really have one on a date. I gotta go. Okay, I gotta go one that was leading up to one. All right, so me and J Dub went to go eat. Me and J Dub did too much. Me and J Dub went to go eat one day. Now we lived in a small town. I don't live there anymore, so I can name it. Called Kirbyville. It's extremely small town in Texas. Now, if you live in Kirbyville or Jasper or Silsbee or any of these small towns in this area, most people go to Beaumont to do anything. It's like it's a bigger city. It's not like Houston, but I mean, there's a mall there. There's way more restaurants.
Mhm.
There's more things to do in there. It's a smaller city compared to like the town. So people will go to Beaumont. We go up to Beaumont. This is like maybe it had been 2012. 2012 might have been a big year for us. It was either like 2012, 2013, something like that. We go up there, and the waitress is somebody we went to school with. Now, this waitress got into a lot of trouble. She got involved with a dude that was doing like drugs and robberies, and she got caught in that. I mean, like, while in high school. So, like, before high school was over, we never seen her again. I just remember the last time I seen him was like in the newspaper, like all their photos. I was like, dang, that's crazy. She's our waitress. Now, mind you, she is a white woman. Remember that, Pink, because we're going to come back to that later. She is a white
Okay.
woman.
Okay.
But she was smiling, she was talking, she didn't look like she was on the drugs she was on for a while. Like, she looked really good. It was like, oh wow, like we were just talking about that, like, yo, she really changed a lot. Like she looks good, like she's taking care of herself. Didn't think too much else about it. Like, we went home, and we got back. I told Soup, I was like, you're never gonna guess who we saw as our waitress. We saw so and so. She looked really good. Like, she looked like she's taking care of herself. Everything's good. He was like, oh, he said, oh dang, really? I was like, yeah, it's like, looks cool. Hopefully she's doing good. She said she was in college and all that kind of stuff. And we were like, oh, that's dope. Never mentioned this again. Like, it was just whatever. We seen her and completely forgot about it. I want to say it was maybe the next day or the day after I got a text message from her. And she was saying, hey, it's so and so from the restaurant. And she was like, I was wondering, like, did you want to hang out Friday? And I was like, yeah, that sounds good. Cool. Like, that sounds like a good time. I was like, after I get off work, I'll meet up with you on Beaumont. We can hang out. So Friday after work, it was a long day. This was back when I was working for the city. So I was like climbing, I was a lineman. So it's like climbing poles and working on power lines and all that kind of stuff. So I was already mad. I'm drenching in sweat. I go into the store to cash my check. At this time, I didn't have a vehicle. I was using my mom's. So like I had to ask her to use the truck. I go down there to go cash my check. They won't cash it. They're having an issue cashing my check. So like first we had a long line to even get to them to cash it, and then they were having trouble cashing it. So I'm sitting there and I'm just kind of like already like, man, this today sucks so bad. Like all I want to do is just go on this date and just get out, go have some good food and just have a good time because today just sucks. So I get a text message from her and she said, hey, how's everything going? I was just seeing what time you're going to be here and all that. And I was like, I'm cashing my check now. I'm going to go home and change real quick and I'm going to be up there. So probably about like an hour, 30 minutes. And she said, okay, that sounds good. And then I said, well, what are you doing right now? And she was like, I'm at the mall picking something up for you for tonight. And she put a winky face. And I thought, okay, hold on, wait. What? What? I was like, okay. I was like, well, what are you getting? And she was like, do you want to see? And I was like, well, yeah. So this was at the time where, like if you're getting a picture, like the loading is like, you're waiting for it to load in. And I'm standing in this line waiting for them to try to cash my check. I'm already still mad about this, but I'm like, wow, like tonight might go really well. So standing there waiting on the picture. Now, Pink, what did I tell you that she looked like?
White.
I get Soup's black ass face on the text message. And he said, bro, I got you. He said, this is my new number. No, keep in mind, I'm already pissed about the check. My whole day is gone. Like, I'm just like, are you serious? Like,
oh man, you got messed up.
I did. I couldn't believe like that anybody even thought about that story about her. Like, I wouldn't have thought it was fake. Like, I just When I got home, he was at my house already because he used to just be able to, like, he'd have a key to the house. He would just go over there and just kind of hang out or whatever. And I walked in, he was dying laughing on my couch. I said, "Bro, you don't even know how bad I hate you right now."
No, man. I okay, I did think of some, but like they're honestly not that crazy. It
Mhm.
was like at some point back, I don't know how long ago it was. I tried Tinder. So I did go on a couple of dates with people, and like I think two of those dudes turned out to be like complete trash. But like one of them was a date to go walk and do Pokemon Go, which Pokemon Go was fine, but the dude
Right.
was just like really like he didn't talk, like he just walked. He wore flip flops too,
Oh,
and I'm like, you're wearing flip flops?
this was
I
super
was
casual.
like, to walk too, like which is fine to walk,
Yeah.
but to walk
Yeah.
though, like because we're playing Pokemon Go, and then he also seemed like he just wanted to leave. I'm like, he didn't seem interested at all.
Right.
And I'm like, and then he said, like, no, I was interested. I'm like, how? Like, and then
Yeah.
there was another one that honestly, it was gonna be more like, whatever. I'll go and see what happens. And then this dude was like, I guess he liked the same music. And then he was like, oh, we can go and do this. And then he invited me somewhere. And then the date came about and I didn't hear anything from him. And then I remember at that time I was working at a store and I was talking to my coworkers about it. Like, yeah, like the dude told me that we were gonna go do something. And then now he has not said anything. And I messaged him just to see what's up. And then he didn't reply. So I guess I was ghosted. And then later on, I see that he actually got a girlfriend. So I was just like, oh, I understand now, like how it is. People are like playing, but
Oh.
then somebody at work heard me, and this dude that I had never spoken to comes over and gives me his business card. And he's like, "You got stood up? Here, call me whenever." And I'm like,
Oh my god.
I never called, but
I would hope not. Oh
but yeah,
man. Yeah, that'll.
yeah. So I don't really do that.
Yeah, no, I can. Jeez. Guys, guys, we got to do better, y'all. Come on. Come on. We've got to be better than that. There you go. Those were some good disaster state stories. And almost date stories, sort of kind of.
Almost dates.
Almost dates.
I'm
Shouts to
just like
that.
out here like the Matrix, just dodging bullets. Like, ugh.
Yeah. I mean, that's how you got to do it, man. It's a crazy world out here. Cody says Pink Radiohead may have her own. Wait, did we already read this last week? Oh no, okay, this is a little different. Pink Radiohead may have her own Souls-like game, but if you had to take 5 video games and make movie adaptations, that she has to star as the main character, Anthony, what games would you pick? 5 games that if we made movies, I think you would be a badass Lara Croft. So like a Tomb Raider. Um, Let me think. What else? What else? What aloe? Horizon would be kind of cool to see you in a Horizon film as uh, what's her name?
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't know.
Aloy.
I haven't played the
Aloy.
game. Yeah.
Uh, Mass Effect. Mass Effect. That would be kind of cool. You could be Shepard. Mass Effect.
Excuse me.
Um, should we do Zelda? Should we do Zelda too? You could be Link.
It could be Link. Yeah.
Link could be.
I'm saving. I'm going after Princess Sordo.
Why can't Link be a Venezuelan woman? Link could be a Venezuelan woman in a movie.
He could be. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
We can change it up.
I mean, she could be.
She can be. Link could be whatever we want Link to be. And in this story, Link is Pink
Oh.
Radiohead.
Trust me, fine artist. Got that nailed down already. Trust me.
Let's see. What else? What else? One more. Man, who is like a super badass in a game? Oh, Metroid. See you do a Metroid.
Samus?
Yeah. That'd be
Yeah,
kind of
she's
cool.
pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
What about Perfect Dark? You know
Perfect Dark.
Perfect
I've
Dark?
never played it.
So that was like the female James Bond or the women James Bond at that time when it came out. We had GoldenEye and then we had Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark was a really good game. She's like
Really?
a secret agent. Yeah, she's a secret agent.
What's funny is I always stayed away from it because I assumed it was a horror movie. I mean, a horror game. Because it's called Perfect Dark. I just assumed it was a horror game. So I had no clue. You said it's like a woman James Bond. I was like, that's not even close to what I thought that was.
Uh,
There we go. Did you want to add some
Yep.
more? I mean, I put those 5. If there's any that came across your mind.
I mean, that's good with me.
Okay, there we go.
I'm pretty sure I cannot do any of them anyway.
Don't sell yourself so short. Actually, I should have said Elden Ring. There we go. You can handle that.
Right. Yeah, I can die 1,000 times and still respawn
We do it every day.
every day.
Every day. Lucas says, how many unfinished games are you playing at the moment and what are they? Oh, we can.
Starfield.
Oh, did you start that?
I started it,
I
yeah.
think we have a
But
question.
I'm level 2.
Okay, we have a question you might be able to say. I mean, I know you said you're only level 2, but you might be able to speak a little bit to that on our last question. Yeah, we have one more question after this. And I think Starfield might
I
go good
hope.
for that. What am I playing? We'll shorten it down by games that we're playing that we maybe intend to finish or would like to finish. Because I start a bunch of games and I'm playing, I'm just like, all right, I'm never going to play this again.
Yeah, same.
All right, so something that we intend to finish. I guess we could both just name things off. Sea of Stars for me.
Tears of the Kingdom, which I still haven't finised.
Breath of
But
the
you'll
Wild.
probably watch it on Twitch. Yeah. No, yeah, you are another no, at this point with Breath of the Wild. Like, why did you restart it? So you can forget it all over again?
Wait, no. All right, hold on. Let's get through our list and I'll tell you why I struggle with Breath of the Wild. All right. Sea of Stars, I'm probably gonna finish that before I finish anything else. And it's the one that I started the most recent. And I'm probably gonna finish it before everything else because I love Sea of Stars so much. The way I heard it described perfectly is that if you're a fan of Chrono Trigger, I've never played Chrono Trigger, but I know a bunch of people who played it and really love it. It's like a love letter to Chrono Trigger, and they really did an amazing job on that. But I'm playing that. I started Saints Row. Don't play it. I'm gonna finish it, but God, it's bad.
There's a couple of them that I did intend to finish, but I haven't gotten back to it, and I also had to do a clean install on Windows and we'll talk about it later. Death's Door. I'm just looking at my library, and then there's another one, Bramble. I think I mentioned before.
Yeah, Bramble.
Other than that, I don't think I have started anything else that you need to finish because I still am very stuck with Overwatch, and now I'm gonna be way more stuck now that I'm starting like to study again. So let's see. Let's see how much time I get to actually have unfinished games. Unfinished games always, right?
Yeah, always.
Oh, Diablo, unfinished. Super unfinished.
We gotta do. If we have to do it together, like maybe that's what we do on your next stream. I'm gonna have to force Pink Radiohead to do some streams, and we could both do Diablo. We could run through it. You gotta do Diablo. Diablo's so good.
Yeah. I gotta do it. Yeah.
Ratchet and Clank is one that I got. Oh my God, I'm so close to beating Ratchet and Clank, and then Sea of Stars came out, and I'm so mad they came out. I was so close to finishing Ratchet and Clank. What else?
Yeah, that's a pretty good list.
Yeah.
I mean, everything is unfinished in my library, if that helps in any.
Everything in your library is unfinished. I'm really close.
On Steam, on Xbox, everywhere.
I'm really close to Ratchet and Clank being done, and I'm really close. I think I'm really close to Sea of Stars being done. I think I'm kind of at the end of that. And then I just kind of play around on Saints Row. It's not good, but it's just something just kind of like, oh, I could just get on here and just accept it for what it is. We had another appearance by the cat.
Yeah.
And for the listeners, our cat walked across the screen.
That's Domino. That's
yeah.
Sir Domino.
Domino?
Yeah,
Nice.
Sir Domino, the one that passed by right now. And then the other one that's asleep that you cannot see, that's Maddie.
Maddie and Domino.
Mhm.
All right, last question. It's been an amazing year for games, but unfortunately, I've been working so much that I haven't had time to play any of the new releases, like at all. N- Uh, Now that I have some time, y'all gotta work on y'all's spelling here, guys. Now that I have some time,
Damn,
uh,
stop. They're not going to send any
oh,
questions
yeah, I'm
in.
sorry. I'm sorry. It's my fault. I need to work on my reading. Now that I have
Yeah.
time,
Especially since you had time to read them, okay? So I'm gonna call you out and
yeah,
defend the people that are
yeah,
sending you questions.
yeah. You know what? That question's by Oddworld, and I apologize, Oddworld. That's all on me. Now that I have time, where should I start? So I know
Ooh,
you could speak to Tears of the Kingdom and Starfield a
a
little
little
bit.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Um.
mean, yes. I'm just yes, it's all I'm gonna say. Yes, Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tears of the Kingdom. Uh.
Yeah.
Are you liking
I haven't finished the
Starfield?
game. I am liking Starfield. The problem is that it's not with the game, it's with me. So when not the game came out, and this is what I was gonna mention. So if you're on PC, and then you have it on Game Pass, then you install it through the Xbox app. So it was giving me issues that
Mhm.
the issues went beyond and above to what I was expecting. I thought that I was gonna troubleshoot it with a couple of like force quit these programs, restarting computer, and then installing. But no, I kept getting errors on installations, and then everything else started getting errors too. So I was trying to download Sea of Stars. You remember that
Mhm.
we were talking about it, and I saw it on Game Pass, and
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna download it as well, and I was giving an error. Updates were giving an error. So I went through a whole bunch of troubleshooting that I found on the forums and then in Reddit, etc. I tried my best. Nothing was working out. The only way to fix it was to do a clean install of Windows by keeping my files. You can do a restore. So that was kind of a pain. So right now, the only games that I have on my computer installed so far are Starfield, Overwatch, Starfield, and Overwatch. And the rest,
Oh.
I have to install again. So like my Sims 4, my Sims 3, my Sims 2, everything else, like I have to install again to play it whenever I want to. But however, Starfield looks really good.
Mhm.
Uh, if you have played Fallout before, it's gonna give you that feeling at the end of the day. Bethesda and Fallout, like it's gonna
Yeah.
give you that
Yeah.
feeling. Um, so far, it's just like I didn't go that far because I got distracted with other things. But it looks good. You know, I just need to play it a little bit further to give you more of a confident vote on it. But if you're definitely like that type of game like Fallout, definitely play it. I think you're gonna like it. You're at least gonna enjoy it. And Tears of the Kingdom, if you play Breath of the Wild and you're not like Anthony here who hasn't finished Breath of the Wild, definitely start playing Tears of the Kingdom. It's a beautiful game. There's a reason why I haven't finished it, is because I want to play it however I want to play it, and I already have over 150 hours on that game, and I refuse to finish the main story
Yeah.
because I
That's
don't want it
me
to end.
with Breath of the
I
Wild.
don't want to. No, you haven't done shit in Breath of the Wild. I'm pretty sure you don't even know how to get the spicy soup to be like out in the cold, which my friend actually, she was like, Lilia, how do I do this? Like asked me to recommend some games, and she started with Breath of the Wild before
Yeah.
Tears of the Kingdom. And then she couldn't find like the proper food to go to the cold, and she's like, I don't know how to do it. I'm like, listen, everything is spelled out for you. Just read what they're telling you
Yeah.
to do.
You want us to
But
read?
anyway. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
no. Okay, real quick on Breath of the Wild. Here's what keeps holding me up.
No.
I get I
Enough excuses.
no
Enough.
because no. But this is the thing. Like it's not a knock to the game because I think the game is done well. I'm just lazy. So I'll get going and things start going the way I want them to go. And I'm just like, oh yes, like this is smooth, everything's working fine. And then I'll get to where, all right, well, I got to the place with the guys that look like little fish things or whatever. They swim in the water and they keep poking their head out to talk to me. And
Zoras.
yeah, I got there and they're like, oh yeah, we want you to go do something with this beast guy or whatever. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. I've never gotten this far. This is exciting. And they're like, yeah, but you need 20 electric arrows. And I'm like, well, where am I supposed to find that? So I'm getting on Google and I'm looking for the electric arrows. Who sells them? They're naming towns I haven't even unlocked on the map. I'm like, I don't know where this is. How am I going to get these electric arrows? So now I'm trying to get towers to unlock the map. But every time I get on the tower, I'm getting shocked by electricity. Oh, now I need one of those things where I can't get shocked by electricity. I don't know where to find that. Like I just get there. I'm like, all right, I'm done.
So you're being a bad gamer. That's what you're trying to say. That's it. But actually, I think I remember that I was running out of arrows, and I think I was telling something to somebody the other day. I don't even remember who. That I find Tears of the Kingdom easier for me than I found Breath of the Wild, but I think it's because I gave myself so many breaks on Breath of the Wild.
Mhm.
The same as Tears of the Kingdom, but I don't know why the controllers, I kept forgetting them. And also just like the aspect of it, I remember for those electric arrows, I used to go to the mountain where there's a Lionel around that area in Zorazomain. If you go up the mountain, I think it's up a waterfall. There's a mountain where there's a Lionel that shoots electric arrows, and I would actually go there, make the Lionel shoot arrows to me, and I would pick them up.
Oh,
And that's how
smart.
I collected.
That's smart.
I collected.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm gonna get back on Breath of the Wild though. I'm actually having a really, really good. I have been playing it recently. I've never gotten that far to that point of going to go kill whatever beast they're wanting me to go kill. I'll get back to it though. I am having a good time with it. But to answer your question about, we can both speak to Diablo. I think you've played a little bit of Diablo. That's a really fun time killer.
Good music, great cinematics.
Yeah, the story's
yeah.
great. Lilith is hot. So like, if that's your thing, she's pretty hot.
The guy that doesn't like horror likes Lilith. The mother of hell.
Yeah, I know, right? So ironic. There's that. I highly recommend Sea of Stars. If you need something, like, I know you said you're working a lot and now you got time, but if like, I don't know how much time you have, but if you're looking for something you could just kind of play and not have like a lot of commitment to it, Street Fighter was really good this year. And I'm not like a big fighting game community guy. I used to like them when I was younger. I feel like the Street Fighters haven't really been that fun. But this year kind of feels like a Street Fighter for dummies. Like, and I would be the dummy in that. But you don't have to like memorize all those combos, and you can still do that if that's your thing. Like the way they have all those combos, I can never do them, but they have
the point of those games, I think.
What, to learn the combos and things?
Yeah, I feel like when I play Soul Calibur, that's what I used to do. I would learn like the combos for every single character that I played.
Yeah, I was terrible at it.
No, well, my brother and I had like a big competition on that game. Like, and I tried so hard to beat him, but then when he finally got it, I could not beat him because he was like the most annoying character, like Siegfried.
I was about to say Voldo.
Normally. Well, Voldo, like, I think he would just choose Voldo to make me cringe.
Yeah. But yeah, the Street Fighter, if you're not good at the combos and things like that, they have like buttons that are easier. Like a lot of them you can just press like R1 and triangle and up or whatever, and like they you can do it either way. If you like the old classic way of doing, like, learning all the combos, you can do that. They also have buttons that are easier. They have a lot of fun things you could do, like in that world too. I haven't done any of the online stuff, just the around the world mode that they have, and you can go to like Paris and meet this fighter, and go to Mexico and meet this fighter. So like it's really, really cool, and it's actually a lot of fun. Like, if you don't take the fighting game stuff that serious. Hi-Fi Rush was another one that I played this year at the very beginning of the year. It was a lot of fun. It's a rhythm game. About to play Final Fantasy 16 on stream, so if you got Twitch and you want to see what that's about, you can we'll be doing that Tuesday night. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I'm trying to remember if there was that. I feel like pretty much got everything.
Isn't Dead by Daylight this Thursday? Are we doing that?
Oh, we need to plan. We need to plan that. Yeah, I'll have to get with you.
Yeah.
My memory's bad, y'all. All right, but there you go. We have answered every question to the best of our abilities. should be proud of us. And if we didn't answer your question correctly, you can just Google it, like Pink Radio's head says.
I'm just surprised that nobody asked us why it's so hot where they are, or why is it cold, or
Yeah,
why the sky is blue.
I know, right? I don't think they would ever think you would yell at them for it.
I would never.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for Junk Mail Tuesday. She is Pink Radiohead. I am Anthony Streams, and we are going to bounce and go live our lives and let you all do whatever you peasants do. That's a joke.
Wow.
Goodbye.
And then they call you stink.
Oh, God.